We'll be looking at focus history. So basically, we'll be using the SAMPLE acronym to evaluate the patient. And SAMPLE stands for signs and symptoms, allergies, medications, past pregnant history, last oral intake, and events leading to problem at hand. So starting with signs and symptoms, what we can observe is whether if the patient has any signs of bleeding or wounds, and also for symptoms, we can see if they're suffering from nausea, dizziness, vomiting, and other symptoms. And so we could use our eyes to observe what if there are any problems with their outlook. For allergies, what we could ask is whether they've had allergies daily, if whether allergies either came or suffer from allergies for a long time, and if whether they're taking anything to recover from allergies. And then for medications, we can look at whether they're taking any kinds of medications, also whether if they're taking any signs of street drugs, and also if they've suffered from overdose. So for past pregnant history, this is where we could figure out if the patient has suffered from some sort of illness or disease that has impacted their health. We can also ask if they have anything that they're allergic to, and also if there are any signs of treatments that they're using. Last oral intake refers to the types of foods that the patient has eaten within the last few hours. So for last oral intake, we could ask, if they have an upset stomach, if there's something that they ate that caused a reaction, and also if whether or not they've had something that might have been bad for them. So for events leading to problem at hand, this could refer to physical injuries such as a person who falls from a skateboard and has a scar or scrape, and it can also lead to a person who might have suffered from a gunshot wound. And the third thing could be if whether a person tripped or hit themselves against the wall by accident. So there can be different variables that could cause for events leading to problem at hand.